What is going on, everybody? My name is Keenan Costain, and welcome back to another episode of Hornets Recaps. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing the Charlotte Hornets' victory over the Miami Heat, 136 to 106. And without further ado, let's go over the box score and stats throughout this game. Alright, so taking a look at the box score for the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 13 assists, 11 for 22 from the field, 4 for 12 from 3. Keenan with 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 for 14 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. And Brandon Miller, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 for 15 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3. For the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero had 20 points, leading the way with 5 for 11 from the field, went 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Norman Powell with 17 points, 1 for 4 from the three-point line, 7 for 17 from the field. And we have 2 for 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Keyshawn Johnson with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 9 from the three-point line. Taking a look at the team stats for both teams, you have the Charlotte Hornets shooting at 53.1%. to the Miami Heat's 40.4%. The three-point percentage, not even close, 39.5% for the Charlotte Hornets, 19.4%, which is 7 for 36 for Miami. The free throw percentage, 81% to the Miami Heat, 79%. And we'll get to more in the free throw percentage more later in this video. Total rebounds, 48 for Charlotte, 43 for Miami. Offense rebounds, 12 for Miami, 10 for Charlotte. The defense rebounds, 38 for Charlotte, 31 for Miami. The assists, 32 to 26, Charlotte wins. The points off turnovers, 19 to 16. The fast break points, 11 to 10, Charlotte. Points in the paint, 62 to 56, Charlotte. Points per possession, 1.24 for Charlotte, 0.99 for Miami. Personal fouls, 25 to 22. The largest lead from the Miami Heat was 4, and the largest lead for Charlotte was 30. For my Hornets, player of the game belongs to Coby White. He had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 for 15 from the field, 3 for 10 from the three-point line. With Coby White, he had a great game offensively, shooting 8 for 15, and was able to put a dent in this game where he was able to extend the lead for the Charlotte Hornets in the second half. So Coby White putting up really good numbers throughout this contest, and especially in the third quarter, he was able to turn it on as well. And that was much needed with players into foul trouble, which we'll get to more here shortly as well. And Coby White was able to go on an 8-0 run by himself throughout the third quarter of this game. So Coby White putting some magnificent numbers throughout this game. So Coby White is your Hornets player of the game. So what are my thoughts during this game that took place last night against the Miami Heat? It was a close start in the first quarter with a 26-24 lead by Charlotte, and the free throw percentage played a big difference in this game. Now with the free throws for the Charlotte Hornets and Miami Heat, it was 4-2 in the fourth quarter, having Miami having 4 and Charlotte only having 2. But in the second quarter, fouls were a big theme for the Charlotte Hornets, as the Miami Heat were able to get 18 free throws attempted in the second quarter, and that left with Keenan, Brandon Miller, and Coby White all in foul trouble in the first half. And the Miami Heat was doing everything in their power to get to the free throw line, and the refs were able to see that and were able to let Miami get to the free throw line at bay in the first half. And now, to me, I really think that really played a factor in this game to start off with. And I thought some of the calls were a little concerning because there is a few out of bounds calls that should have gone Charlotte's way. And it just seems like some of the calls with the shooting as well, the shooting fouls from Miami played a huge factor as well. So that's my quick thoughts on that. Now, as for the second half, the Hornets were able to build a gap thanks to Coby White's 8-1 on his own, and LaMelo Ball played an outstanding game. And we need those two in the lineup as much as possible. And Nipple also struggled in the first half and was able to get to the rim and do other things than rather than just shoot the three ball. He only shot 2 3-pointers in this game alone, and with that, that makes Nipple a very special player right now as Rookie of the Year, perhaps. So let's see if Kneppel can continue his ways. I just love that the Charlotte Hornets were able to continue to scrap and claw and not complain about the referees all that much because there's a few times in this game where they could have gotten a little chippy at the referees and a technical fouls could have been more appealing to the referees. And with Josh Green tussling with, I believe, I believe Norman Powell, and he didn't take too fondly of that. That being Josh Green, and he was able to get a technical foul throughout that, and that is really not on Josh Green's mindset of getting technical fouls like that. And it's a huge problem when Josh Green does a sort of thing like that. And with Charles Lee was able to keep his composure as well throughout this game. So the whole team was able to keep their composure, play their game, and play it right. I guess one of the last things that's on my mind throughout this game is that the Hornets were able to respond really well, from a tough San Antonio Spurs loss on the road, going 2 for 2 on the road trip, and it's a 7 game homestand for the Charlotte Hornets. So this is such a huge step in the right direction. And before I forget, the fourth quarter in this game, 40-18. If you take a look at the box score in this game, the Hornets were able to put this team away pretty quickly in the fourth, and that is a huge deal when closing a play-in team at the moment while taking a look at the standings. I guess one more thing, and we'll get to the third section, is that the Hornets are looking forward to keep stacking the wins throughout this home stretch to get to a possible 8th or ninth seed if you have Philadelphia, Atlanta, and also Miami in the mix for a play-in tournament spot. So this is a big deal if you're a Hornets fan, and very pleased with the results. Now, with this starting lineup to 23 and 5 of LaMelo Ball, Concanippo, Brandon Miller, Musi Diabate, and Miles Bridges all together. And real quick, Musi Diabate appeared to have some sort of wrist injury, but hopefully no use for the wear. We don't know the situation is on that. And with Brandon Miller having a bounce back game, as I read in the stat line in the first segment, that was such a huge deal for Brandon Miller. So hopefully no use for the wear. And I hope with Brandon Miller he continues to stay confident and stay healthy throughout this stretch. With 13 games left in the season, LaMelo Ball, Coby White, Concanibble, they all need to be locked in throughout the final stretch of games. And we're getting close to where the standings need to be. So the Hornets need to get as much wins as possible, continue to play the right way like they did last night, and everything will work out. I would say. So that'll do it for another episode of Hornets Recaps. Again, my name is Keenan Costain, and if you like what you see, feel free to give it a like, subscribe down below for more, and the next game will be taking place at Spectrum Center against the Atlanta Magic on Thursday, March 19th, which is game 2 of a 7-game homestand. Let's see if the Hornets can make it 2 in a row for this homestand and 2 in a row consecutively. And until next time, have a good one, folks. See ya. Bye.